And welcome back, everybody. Our next guest is lead trainer and Empire Fit Coaching, and he joins us for a look at their programs and a discussion on health and fitness. It's important. Joseph Dominic is here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. Pleasure.
Oh, you run New York City marathons and everything.
Actually, I ran my first marathon in November of last year. Yeah.
All right.
It was great. It was great.
So what made you want to get involved in training and keeping fit and everything? And
Well, actually, my brother did a marathon about 6 years ago, and I just got inspired. Just like everyone else, I wasn't really physically fit. I had gotten injured when I was 12 years old. When I was younger, dislocated the hip. So I kind of felt like I really couldn't do that much. But after seeing him do a marathon, I said, you know what? I'm going to do something.
do that too.
Right? And so many of us get that idea of let me do something. And I decided to do I decided to do a triathlon.
oh, all right.
Yeah, so I'm here doing swimming, biking, and running. And the first event I go to, I got disqualified. I go into the water, 5 minutes within, I get hypothermia.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so then I was like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do three different disciplines. Maybe I should do one. So then I started biking. And I realized that everybody has that one thing that they do that allows them to be consistent. So when I started biking in New York City, then I realized, okay, let me try something else. Got into the Spartan world, did some obstacle course racing, and then I finally got into running.
Oh, you got to get together with the executive director here, Michael Maxnavi.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen
he does
him
all of that stuff.
Yeah. I've seen him with Team RWB.
Yeah, he'll be out there with the helmet cam and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, we've done a couple of runs together.
Yeah. That's great. So you don't have the problem with the hip anymore.
No, I don't. But what's interesting
But the mind tells you that you do have a problem.
And that's kind of what I wanted to
How do you break
address.
that? Yeah.
Well, what happens is I think that if you ask someone, do you know how to get fit? They'll say, yeah. Do you do it? Not really. So I think the conversation is really about what is the narrative in my mind. And I realize as I'm having conversations about physical fitness as a personal trainer and as a group fitness instructor, there are people who do not work out for a reason. And a lot of that conversation is an emotional conversation.
Yes.
So I'm having conversations with people realizing that inside their mind, they still think I am fat and stupid. And so I'm not just talking about a physical.
Oh, I can't do this because I'm a diabetic, or I can't do this because I have hypertension, or I can't do this because I get headaches, or
right.
Well, one reason or the other.
One reason or the other, but some of it is physical and some of it is emotional. So I've been in conversations with people where they, in the back of their mind, they're still saying, my boyfriend said, if I lose this weight, he'll love me more. So I'm not just entering a physical conversation. I'm dealing with the thoughts that are inside the person's head that are informing them more than me informing them about what to do. So now I'm dealing with mental exercises and physical exercises, because if I don't deal with the whole person, what's going to wind up happening is they'll look cuter, but in the back of their head, they're just hating themselves a little less.
So you're not just a personal trainer, you're a doctor.
Right. So it's sort of a transformational coach.
Yeah,
because I have to deal with the whole person.
Psychiatrist, psychologist,
Yeah.
therapist.
Yeah.
So you've been into it for a while now.
I've been doing this. My fitness journey has taken place for 6 years. And the last 3, I've gotten involved as a personal fitness trainer and a group fitness instructor.
I asked a lot of people, as a personal trainer, people come up to you and they want to start. And that's the hardest part, to start.
Yeah.
Where should they start? How should they start? Should they get okay from their doctor, or? Depending
on who you are, you definitely have to make sure that you're okay with your doctor. So my mom just had surgery. She has to get cleared before she can go back to doing work. The first question I always ask is, why do you want to do it? Oh, you know what? I just want to, lose 20 pounds. I'm saying, or why do you want? Here's for everyone. The three why questions. Why do you want to do it? Oh, I just want to lose 20 pounds. Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? Oh, because when I was in high school, I really looked good at that weight. Well, why do you want to look like that? Because I realize not many people are paying attention to me anymore. So the conversation is not about losing the weight. The conversation is no one's paying attention to me, which is a deeper conversation. So that's a pain point that I have to remember that in my conversation with her, that you want this, but it's really about this. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So why do you want to do it? And then from there, what can I do that I can be consistent? Don't do something like I did, which was go do a triathlon. That's not smart, right? But it could be, maybe I walk for 5 minutes every day.
Yeah.
And then I'll progress that. Okay, you know what? Maybe I go around the block. Maybe I'll be more intentional about taking my dog out as opposed to just opening the door and let the dog run out. I will walk with the dog, or a couple. You and I, let's go out and actually we'll just walk around. It's summertime. Let's make sure that we can take 10 minutes and we get a chance to bond with each other and walk. So my dad and my mom, this is what my dad does this more. He has a Fitbit and he's like, I got to get 14,000 steps.
There you go.
So I see him downstairs sometimes when I'll stop by and he's walking around in the house and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, yo, I got to get to 14,000 steps.
Do it right in the house, right?
Yeah,
We'll
exactly.
go back and forth. That's good. So, but Pete, the hardest thing is to start. People have to get started.
Yeah.
You know, and to reach your goal, I think maybe people should get off, if they take the train, get off a stop earlier and get that extra walking in there.
Another thing to do is if you're going to to a store and there's a parking lot, park the furthest space away from the actual door, which forces you to have to walk.
Get your steps in.
Get your steps in, or for some people, if you live in a building, you know what? Maybe you take the elevator up 2 flights before your floor and then walk up those 2 flights.
Well, we found out some of the things that's sort of unique about your program and your approach, because you have to be a hypnotherapist and all kinds of things before you get them into it.
Yeah, I think what I'm bringing to the table is how do we address a personal development plan to go along with the physical fitness so that we deal with the whole person, so that they are not only their body composition is getting better, but the mental composition is getting better too.
What about diet?
Diet is huge, right? But how many people already know what not to eat? But do they do it? Right? So then we still have to go back to what is the emotional connection that I have with food. So if I can ask people, what should you not eat? They'll tell me. And I'm like, well, why do you eat it? Oh, because I like it.
Yeah. And everything in moderation. And you're going to have something that you enjoy for taste. Because most people eat for taste, and not for nutrition.
And a lot of people eat it depending on who they are. If they're stressed, they use food as a means of emotional comfort.
Yes.
So what's going on in your life, right? So this is a stress conversation, not really a food conversation. So how do we bring our stress level down?
So you help address all of those situations and those problems.
Yes, you have to.
And then we'll train.
Exactly. or it becomes like sometimes I'll have to stop the class at the beginning just to address, how are you feeling today? What's going on in your life? You know, I had a personal trainer client. I was like, how's it going? She said, my children are all over the place. So I had to let her decompress first before we get into the workout, because I want to address her humanity. I'm not just here to just fix the body. There's a soul, there's a spirit. How do I address that person as well?
Mind, body, and spirit. Wow.
Yes.
That's deep. That's deep.
Yeah, we have to. I think as the Reverend was sharing earlier, how do we address our community? In New York, in the state of New York, the 62 counties, the Bronx has the lowest score regarding health. The Not 62 campaign by a Bronx borough president. So how do we address health? We have to address the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So how can people get in touch with you? I know a lot of people want to say, hey, I want you to train me.
Yeah, you can.
You seem like you know what you're doing.
Yeah, EmpireFitCoaching.com.
EmpireFitCoaching.com.
Or you can contact me at 917-439-8437.
Joseph Dominic, lead trainer, Empire Fit Coaching. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr.
We'll be back.